we're going to get into depth about why it is not a good idea to get turned too much when we come back. Check out this freestyle.
The artist exclusive.
I don't need to get too turned tonight, man. I just know a lot of people, yeah, they're in the frame. And I can't hear them beat, but that's okay, cause I'm alright. And I just know sometimes, yes, we all live in pain. I got a lot of things on my mind to express to you, but this is just not my mind, this is the universe too. Thank you, Lord, and thank you, God. I got a lot of things in my heart. Oh no, I don't need to be in jail no more. Got my mom bail me out, and I cannot ignore. I thank the very much. She will be paid back in full. And I gotta keep on going, and it's like a handful. Never had that much problem in jail. In my mind, I was going through hell, but I'm outside, I'm looking so cool and collected. Cause you know, I just elaborate. No, I mean, I just don't know. Staying to let me get back on track. I adapt to my environment, and everything is really like, yes, see, man, and everything is really stuck in where it used to be. I just know sometimes we gotta get out the comfort zone, and that ain't for me. And I just be like, no, I don't want to go out, but I got no confidence. Alright, this is Young Casper representing RFM Radio, the Young Casper Show. Episode 106, To Turnt. My goodness. To Turnt. How many times have you gone out to the club, or gone to the bar, or even to your friend's house, and got a little too turned, and you're here today to listen to some inspiration, and someone that has been through a lot of turned situations. Now listen to me, hear me out. Alright. I am a binge drinker. I'm a binge alcoholic is a better term. And, you know, I'm not afraid to express my flaws, my habits, my ambitions, my dreams, my goals, I don't care what people think. I don't care about my reputation, you know, because I know there's a reputation everywhere, whatever. And that's okay. But the one thing that I really desire is respect. Respect. But getting back to the actual topic at hand, I got a little too turned this weekend. Well, past weekend, Friday. Okay, Friday I leave work early, irresponsibly. Not even a reason to really even leave early. 3 o'clock. Why leave at lunch, you know? Get a ride, go cash my check, get me a 4-pack on the way home. Okay? Now listen, 3 of those beers are gone in the first 2 hours. At least, I don't even know, I might have finished them in the first hour. Okay, now this is something that I've been doing for a long time. You know, since I've been working. You know, I always had me a little beer, a little 4-pack. Now, this is where I am a binge drinker, though. Binge alcoholic. This is what I do the most, because most of the time I don't drink normally during the week. Friday nights, I go out, play pool, drink a pitcher. Then another pitcher. Okay? And then I decide if I want to drink another pitcher, making it 3 total at one bar. Or go to another bar, have a pitcher, check out the scenery. Okay. And of course at this time, sometimes I don't even eat. I like the buzz that I get. Okay? Now hear me out. Hear me out. The alcohol buzz without even eating, or maybe just you ate during the day and you ate a little bit, is completely different than once you're eating and you're drinking, because, you know, when you're eating and you're drinking, you're really sobering yourself up more. And then I know it sounds more responsible, but this is where I get into I was irresponsible. And okay, well, I'm going to the bar, and I have, like I said, alright, well, now I'm going back to Friday night. I go to the bar, okay. I have a pitcher. Alright? 1 pitcher. Decide to have another one. So I had 2 pitchers. Then I go to another bar, have a pitcher, play some pool. No food in this time. And then I go and smoke. And then I go from there to downtown. Okay, and now I'm in downtown at graffitis. Okay, drinking. Okay. Then I start to black out. Starting to black out at this point towards the end of the night. And I make my way. And I'm with my brother at this time too. So I make my way. And, I've been having a couple stressful months. I overdid it. No excuse. I make my way to a hotel. Be able to get on the phone, call a taxi. Don't really have any money at this point. Spent all the money that I brought with me. Now, I did leave a little bit of money at the house, but not much, just $20. So, this is the real mark. Let's leave Casper out of it, on a Friday night. And this doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time I make it home and I don't black out. But there's a lot of times that I blacked out and I'm like, damn, I could have ended up in jail. In public intoxication or whatever. Whatever the case may have been. You know what alcohol does to you. So I know I'm getting off topic. I love to do that sometimes. That's my radio show. I guess I can do that. But, I go downtown. At this point, like I said, I went to the hotel, got a taxi. Get in the taxi. I remember telling the guy, yeah, I got money at the house. Yeah, money at the house. And then I go. We get to my house. This is what, I don't even remember anything after that, really. Besides, telling, the cab driver to get my phone back. And in the police report, says I stomped on his hood. I was on top of his hood. This is what alcohol does to you. When you binge and when you drink too much. And I kicked in his door as well. Because he wouldn't give me my phone back. Now, this is causing a disturbance. But he was the one who called the police. So we had the police coming out. Now, I'm talking to the police. I don't even remember their faces. I do remember seeing a cop car, but then I was walking home. But it didn't work out that well. And I guess I said something not right or whatever, and they put me in handcuffs, and there I go. So, and I end up waking up. I do remember slightly putting my shoes and different things into a bag. And at this point, I'm slamming them into the bag, and they didn't like the way I was doing that. So it took 2 of them or 3 of them, slammed me to the ground. I do have a nice little lump on my head, on the top of my forehead, not the top of my left corner forehead, from hitting the ground or the wall, whatever each one, because I remember them also slamming me into the cell and put me against the wall, and my head hits the wall, and I'm saying, why, hit me to the wall, whatever. And then I wake up. You know what I'm saying? After they come in and say, Belcher. Alright, I raised my head. He said, you ready for booking? I said, yeah. Then they come and get me. Then I go through the booking process. And after that, it's basically just the same ritual. You go through the booking, and you go through the jail, and you go through the calling the bail bondsman, this and that. I was in there for like a day and a half. Wasn't in there too long, thanks to Mom. She bailed me out, and she hasn't been the first time. And hopefully, actually it's not hopefully, I know it will be the last. And that's because I'm giving up drinking. All cold turkey. I'm trying to go out in moderation, and everybody can sit there and say, well, Mark, you can go out and have a few. Yeah, a few too many. I don't know only one speed when it comes to drinking. I just don't. I tried, but it's boring to me. So, what that indicates to me that there's a problem. I like to drink a lot. It is a pleasure. But see what it has gotten me, I gotta go to court. There's gonna be costs that I'm gonna have to pay, thousands maybe even. And there is even a possibility I could serve time, but more than likely I'll get probation. We shall see. But, it is what it is. I have to learn from this. This has to be the most wake up call because I've been arrested before for disorderly when I was younger. But this is something that is criminal mischief. And, yeah, this is different. Just woke up. When I read my police report in my first appearance in the morning in court, oh man, it almost just crushed me. Then I looked around and seeing the people that were around me, how crushed they were. A lot of them try to pretend like it's nothing. And I've been through this before, a couple times already. So I'm sitting there like, wow, here we go again. But this is different. So we shall see, man. I hope and pray for the best. But you know what? At the end of the day, I definitely have to admit my wrongs and become a better man out of it. I know that you have made mistakes too, but you need to look at your mistakes and see them as victories, because eventually that's going to be something that you look back at and realize that, yes, it was a mistake. Yes, it was something I shouldn't have done, but I did it and I survived through it and I learned from it. If you do those three things, admit, survive, move on from it, you're in the right direction. I mean, just think about it. Think about it. And we're going to go through a couple of Bible verses as well, and I just hope that we can gain something from it together as I am on a live episode. But and for anybody that plays it back as well, I appreciate your plays. Please share this. There's a lot of great episodes and there's a lot of great, I know that my style of preaching isn't for everyone, but anybody can preach because we're all sinners. And I know everyone has their opinions about that statement, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, God gets the last say, and that's the way we're going to keep it. I hope that you have a faith level of understanding, because it is a mystery. That's why a lot of people ignore it, and then they go through the life of, I've been there, as well. But, you just stay focused, concentrated on things that you see, things you touch, feel. But sometimes it's really good for your mind, body, soul, everything, to really look outside of it, to see different perspectives, because I see not only my perspective. Now, I haven't always been like that, but I tend to look at people in a different light than most people, because I want to see their perspective. Okay, well, you don't believe in what I believe in, that's fine. I don't see you as, better or worse than me, or I'm not. I see everyone as an equal. You have the opportunity to not just impress me, because I don't need to be impressed. I just need to see courtesy. I need to see respect. And that's just kind of off topic, I know, but Getting Turned, episode 106. This is Young Castle representing RFN Radio, the Young Castle Show. Thank you for joining. If you have just joined recently, I am a faith-based radio host. I also have been doing music for over 10 years. Well, let's just be honest, it's like 10 years. But music has been a part of my life, my whole life, just as much as it's been as part of your life as well. We all have been grown into some type of music, got into our favorite, whatever. You find your error. Not your error, but you find what you like. And I like all types of music, really. I see it as there will always be music, because you can make music about anything. And that is one great thing that we need to just collaborate more with other people, and if we can respect all types of different music, as where I'm trying to get to, we can appreciate people more. and understand their situations. That's why I don't mind a lot of rap, because I try to see it